Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to cover UPSC Prelims PYQ series of Economics 2025 questions. In this particular series of videos, students will be learning how to apply logics, keywords and elimination strategy effectively inside the examination hall. This is one of the most commonly used strategy by toppers, especially students. So you will be learning how to apply logics and which question you can apply the logics in an effective manner through this video series. Not only that, you will also learn what are the questions you need to attend and what questions you necessarily need to skip, because beyond a point, if you take too much of calculated guess also, that will land you in especially negative territory. Because of that, many students are missing the UPSC prelims cutoff also in the past. So by this series of videos, you will learn what are the questions to skip also. Okay students, before going into the video, we will try to discuss some of the positively used keywords by UPSC in the preliminary examination in the last 10 years. Positive keywords used by them are can, some, may, one of the. Negative keywords directly, to the extent of, but, none, binding, all, every, mandatorily, immediately, steadily, temporarily, easily, wholly, should, must, not, cannot, any, entire, only. Students, we need to remember these keywords effectively so that we can use this elimination strategy with the help of these keywords in the UPSC prelims exam. I'll be sharing this material in our Telegram group, which is given in the description box below. You can join the Telegram group and you can access this material also, students. Okay, let's move to the first question. With reference to investments, consider the following. So they have listed 4 kind of investments: bonds, hedge funds, stocks, venture capital. How many of them are treated as alternative investment funds? Friends, by using common sense as well as logic. So if you see, they are asking about alternative investment funds, not conventional investment funds. Conventional investment funds are which one? Bonds and stocks. So you can eliminate it. So the left one, hedge funds and venture capital, could be the alternative investment funds. So you can directly go for the only 2, that is in the option B. So only based on logics you have answered the question. Even if you would have read especially the economics book of Sriram IAS book, in that the money market and capital market chapter is very important for UPSC preliminary examination. Using that also you can answer this question. So the correct answer here is option B only, students. Okay, let's move to the second question. Which of the following are the sources of income for the Reserve Bank of India? So basically they are concerned about the Reserve Bank of India. Again, in banking chapter, this Reserve Bank of India and its function is very repeated theme of UPSC preliminary examination in the last 10 years, students. Okay, let's look at the 5 options which has been given, the statements. Buying and selling government bonds, buying and selling foreign currency, pension fund management. Basically, students, you have in India, for pensions fund regulatory authority development of India. Not only that, with respect to insurance, you have insurance regulatory development authority of India. So those things and all won't come under the domain of RBI. So you can eliminate directly the option 3. Look at the options here. Eliminate the third statement directly. So once you eliminate it, the answer has to lie between only 2 options, either A or D. In both of that, 1 and 2 is correct, which is commonly available. So you can pick both of them to be correct, and you have to only verify the correctness of 5th one. So let's look at the 5th one directly, students. Printing and distributing of currency notes. So basically, if RBI could make any profit out of printing the currency, then it can easily sit and do that work aramse. That cannot be the option. You can eliminate that by using logic and go for the option A, which can be the correct answer, students. So only by using logics and some limited common sense, we have arrived at the correct answer here, students. So the correct answer is option A only. Let's move to the third one. With reference to Government of India, consider the following information. So basically they are asking about the organization and the ministry in which it has been assigned. So if you look at ED, there is the Enforcement Directorate. This is very frequently in news. In Tamil Nadu, ED is raiding. In West Bengal, it is raiding. So basically, wherever opposition parties are, that is central government is BJP, in the state some other party is ruling, means the central government is sending the ED particularly. Because of that, it is frequently in news. Other than that, whenever it's coming in newspaper, you should have read one more particular information. This is not under the domain of Home Ministry, not under the control of Amit Shah. It is under the control of Nirmala Sitharaman, Finance Ministry Department. This is the basic common sense, but you need some kind of limited knowledge whenever you are reading the current affairs awareness. So one, you should directly eliminate it. So here, but they are very, very clear. They are only asking how many of them are especially correctly matched. So you need to verify remaining things also. Let's look at the second one. Directorate of Revenue Intelligence. In the word only they have mentioned revenue. Department is also revenue. So this can be correct. And the functions can also be correct because revenue can do the work of it can be set up under the customs sector. Possibility is there. Okay, let's move to the third one. Directorate General of Systems and Data Management. Then they are telling its function, it will carry out big data analytics. Big data is the latest recent updation which is coming in newspaper. If our Indian government is that much advanced and updated in using big data and analytics, even IT companies will be very much shocked about it. Using that logic, you can eliminate it. Otherwise also, if you are very, very sure about this fact, then you go for attending this question. Otherwise, my sincere suggestion, you try to skip this particular question. But by applying common sense and logic, you can eliminate 1 and 3 directly and land up only 1. So the answer is option A is the correct answer here. Let's move to the fourth one, students. Consider the following statements. Reserve Bank of India mandates all listed companies to submit. Friends, why RBI will regulate only the banking sector in India? What it has to do with especially listed companies? That and all will be coming under the domain of SEBI. So we need to be very, very clear about regulatory bodies in India. Whenever you are reading economics, please go and work on these regulatory bodies, SEBI, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority, Pensions Fund Regulatory Development Authority, all those things and their functions, because that is where this particular question's objective has been. Okay, students, so once you eliminate first one, let's read the second one. In India, a company is submitting BRSR. What is it? Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report. So it is something to do with responsibility and sustainability. So they have to make big disclosures which are non-financial in nature. Chances are there because something which has to do with sustainability, why they have to talk about financial, it can be related to environment or some other things actually. So basically we can apply the second statement to be correct. Reason being, there is nothing controversial here. But first statement is a direct factual error, students. Using common sense only, you can eliminate it. So the correct answer here is option B, 2 only. Let's move to the fifth one. Consider the following statements. Statement 1, in India, income from allied agricultural activities like poultry farming and wool rearing in rural areas is exempted from any tax. So basically, students, we know very well, agricultural income is exempted from tax. But one thing we need to remember is allied agricultural activities are not exempted from tax. So you can eliminate the first statement. Second one, in India, rural agricultural land is not considered a capital asset. Yes, since it is not considered a capital asset only, that's why it is, agricultural income is non-taxable. Second statement is correct, students. First statement is fully wrong. So once you look at the option here, statement 1 is not correct, there is option D. Statement 2 is correct. Statement 2, easily you can pick it. But for arriving at the statement 1, we just need to think a little bit because whether it is a direct agricultural activity or agricultural allied activity, they have directly mentioned that one. Since it comes under the domain of commercial, why I am telling commercial, will require some kind of manufacturing thing. So you need to necessarily tax it. That common sense you have to apply here. So the correct answer is D, students. Sixth one, India has joined the Mineral Security Partnership as a member. This only if you would have read the current affairs and if you are very sure you can answer it. Even then, we will try to approach this with the help of common sense keyword strategy. So first statement, we have no clue at all, no keyword is used. Let's move to the second one. India is a resource-rich country in all the 30 critical minerals that it has identified. Friends, fully factually, common sense also you can eliminate it. All is also a negative keyword which we have listed. In that way also it is wrong. Logically, if you think also, critical minerals, we know some of them is lithium. Whether India is rich in that, not at all possible. So second statement, directly eliminate it and look at the options where second statement is and all coming. If you eliminate it, then only one statement is coming and we are 200% sure about it. You can directly pick the correct answer as C. So that is also the correct answer here. Let's move to the seventh one, students. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. As regards returns from an investment in a company, generally bondholders are considered to be relatively at lower risk than stockholders. We should know what is the difference between bondholder and stockholder, especially while reading the money market and capital market basics from Sriram IAS economic book. This is clearly given, students, because bondholders will enjoy better security compared to the stockholders who are the owners. That is actually correct only. Second statement, they are telling that only bondholders means they are lenders to a company, but they will be given a particular agreement in which it will be written at whatever case there, whatever money they have invested, that will be paid off. So they will not face any loss. But stockholders means in case of business loss, they are at risk only. So first statement is correct, second is correct. Third statement, for repayment purposes, bondholders are prioritized. Yes, that is also correct. That is why they enjoy more. That is like they have less risk compared to stockholders. So all the three are correct. So both the statement 1, that is 2 and 3 are correct here, and that explains the statement 1. So for the correct answer is option A. Let's move to the 8th one, students. India accounts for a very large proportion of all equity option contracts traded globally and thus exhibiting a great boom. We are not sure about this fact. Let's move to the next one. India's stock market has grown rapidly in the recent past, even overtaking, especially Hong Kong, at some point of time. Some is a positively used keyword. Some point in some market can perform better. That is not at all a controversial statement. This can be correct only, since some is a positively used keyword. Third one, there is no regulatory body either to warn the small investors the options of risk or act in an unregistered financial advice. This is not at all possible. SEBI is there. Who said there is no one is there? Totally illogical. No is also a negatively used keyword. Directly eliminate these students. Third should be eliminated. So what is the correct answer here? Option A. Easily you can arrive at this only by applying keyword strategy. So the 8th one, correct answer is option A only. 9th one, circular economy reduces the emission of greenhouse. So circular economy means reduce, reuse, recycle. That is a concept. So reduce is almost given in all the statements, and that will be correct only, students. So that is the basic theme behind the circular economy. Reduce, reuse, recycle. So which one of the following is correct? So basically all will be correct. So both the statement 2 and 3 are correct, and that also explains one. So the correct answer is option A. Let's move to the 10th one. Capital receipts create a liability or cause a reduction in assets of government. This is available in your NCERT 12th standard macroeconomics book directly, students, in government budgeting chapter. Kindly go and read the basics of this revenue receipt, capital receipt. Easily you can answer this. Otherwise, by applying common sense, we'll try to answer this question. Second statement, borrowings and disinvestments are capital receipts. So both are actually correct. If you are not aware about that, let's move to the third statement, students. Interest received on loans create liability of the government. Friends, if you are giving loan to someone, then only you can receive back interest. And if you are receiving interest, it will be asset for you. How come it will be like liability for you? Third statement is logically incorrect. Eliminate the third one in the options given below. So directly you can arrive at option A, which is the correct answer. So just by using the basics of economics and some common sense, we have arrived at this particular answer, students. So the 10th one correct answer is option A only. Let's move to the 11th one. This is also available in your 12th standard macroeconomics book in government budgeting chapter. Directly this is asked question. Okay, students, let's listen what they have asked here. They are given fact about revenue expenditure, revenue received, and they are also given what is the government borrowing and interest payment. They are asking revenue deficit. We know what is the formula for revenue deficit. Revenue expenditure difference revenue receipt. So 80,000 minus 60,000, 20,000 crore, correct. Second one, fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficits means this total revenue deficit and minus the whatever the remaining things. So 20,000 minus 10,000, that is also 10,000 only, or whatever borrowings they are doing, that is fiscal deficit only here. Then what is primary deficit, students? Primary deficit means fiscal deficit minus interest payments. This is also available in your NCERT, this formula. So now we know already fiscal deficit is 10,000. Now interest payment is 6,000. 10,000 minus 6,000, 4,000. Easy thing. You can easily answer from the basics of especially the economics NCERT book, 12th standard macroeconomics. Let's move to the next question. A country's fiscal deficit stands at 50,000 crore. Okay, so it is receiving 10,000 through non-debt creating capital receipts, and they have given interest liability. What is primary deficit? Gross primary deficit. Simple formula. Fiscal deficit minus interest liability. This is the primary deficit. So now how much it will come? 50,000 minus 1,500 crore. 48,500 crore. Again, this formula is also available in your NCERT 12th standard macroeconomics book in government budgeting chapter. Almost 3 questions has been picked from single chapter students in last year. So go and read and revise this chapter in an effective manner and try to understand the importance of NCERTs for UPSC preliminary examination. Okay, let's now move to the next one. Which one of the following statements were with regard to recommendations of 15th Finance Commission is correct? So it recommended grants of 4,800 crore to the for incentivizing states to enhance educational incomes. Okay, we are not sure about it. Let's move to the next one. 45% of the net proceeds of union tax are to be shared with states. This is totally wrong, students. What we know very well is in 14th Finance Commission, the center has to give 42%. If 100 rupees it is collecting means 42 rupees it has to distribute to the states in India. In 15th Finance Commission, after the creation of Jammu and Kashmir, it has not increased the state's devolution. Rather, it has decreased it by 1%. So, if there is no possibility of 45% coming here, 2 you directly eliminate it. This is only by having some common sense of reading the newspapers frequently. This is frequently there in newspaper. So, and even many states like Tamil Nadu, they are protesting. Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and all, that center should give more tax. What you are doing, you are paying less for us. For every 1 rupee, we are paying tax for you. That controversy was going on from last 1 year, 2 year. That's why they asked this particular question. But anyways, once you eliminate the second statement, look at the options here. So only one left out will be option C. So for the 13th statement, 13th question, answer is C. 14th one, consider the following statements in respect of International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Okay, students, let's read the 3 statements. It provides loans and guarantees to middle income countries. If you have read about International Economic Organization, then you can easily answer this question. Otherwise, we will try to apply some common sense and keyword strategy here, students. Second statement, let's move. It works single-handedly to help developing countries to reduce poverty. How it is possible? But there is no other bank or international organization to help developing countries like India and all. We have Asian Development Bank, we have BRICS. So many banks are there. Why only this particular bank should single-handedly help India? Not at all. Not only India, other developing countries. Not at all possible. Extreme statement, keyword strategy. Easily you can eliminate this. So once you eliminate the second one, look at the options here. So only one left out is option C. So 14th one, correct answer is option C, students. 15th one, they are asking about basic difference between RTGS and NEFT. This is as from banking sector. Digital payments. This is an important topic. From last year, they have asked 2 questions in digital payment. One on UPI, that is current affairs linked. Another one on this particular transaction related things. So go and give priority to Instagram IAS book. This digital payments has been covered in a good manner. Kindly read that, students. So again, questions can be asked from this. Okay, let's answer this question. In RTGS, settlement time is instantaneous. I hope you know the expansion of RTGS. Real time. So basically real time means 24/7. It will be instantaneous only. NEFT means it will take some time. Friends, if you have visited any bank for doing transaction, account transfer of money, easily they will be doing NEFT only most of the times. So from that logic, they won't do instantaneously NEFT transaction. But RTGS, it will be done instantaneously. This is correct only. Let's move to the second one. In RTGS, a customer is charged for inward transaction. I hope we know the basic difference of inward and outward. Suppose we have a bank account. Now for our friend's account, we are sending money. So from our account, if you are sending to a friend's account, so this is our account will be outward transaction. If our friend is transferring money to our account, then ours is inward transaction. In RTGS, customer is charged for inward transaction. Why? He should be charged only outward. Who is sending money? That outward transaction, that person's account should be charged. Not inward transaction. Logically incorrect, students. Easily you can eliminate second one. Third one, operating hours for RTGS are restricted. Friends, the expansion only real time. It is available 24/7 for all the days. There is no any restriction and all directly eliminated. So only the correct answer is option A. Only if you have visited bank, if you have a savings account, visited the bank, have done any transaction, easily you can answer this. You don't need any expertise knowledge here, students. So 15th one, correct answer is option A only. 16th one, they are asking which countries have accepted UPI transaction. Basically, if you would have read the current affairs, then only you can answer this question. Otherwise, try to apply some logic. What logic I can apply, I can tell you is, since recent times, Bangladesh is not having a good relation with India. There is they are having better relations with Pakistan, and the extremist ideology is more. So that country implementing UPI transaction is not at all possible. Using that logic, eliminate Bangladesh. But even then, they are very specific how many. So you have to be very clear about remaining 4 countries. So my suggestion, skip it. If you have any other better logic, you try to apply it. Otherwise, try to skip this particular question. That is my sincere suggestion. Don't try to land in negative marks. Don't be very emotional. We are not targeting 100 out of 100 questions correct in UPSC prelims, and they are not going to give any medal also. So let's be patient, and you can skip this particular question. So, but the answer here is option B. So Germany has also not accepted the UPI transaction. Remaining countries have accepted it. Let's move to the next question, students. Consider the following statements although PM Surya Ghar Mufti Bijli Yojana. So Surya Ghar, this is related to Minister of Renewable Energy. That can be correct, but they are asking about target of 1 crore and how many, especially skilled workers, will be trained. That is around, they are saying it aims to create more than 3 lakhs. If you are sure about the fact, then answer this question. Otherwise, skip the question. But most of the time, students, government scheme is one of the most expected topic, and you are expected to read this fact and try to remember for the UPSC examination. So in this particular question, all the facts what they have given is correct. My sincere suggestion, if you don't remember, don't go and use any logics, common sense in this kind of questions, because this is a pure fact and more chance of landing in negative territory is more. I hope this video was very useful to you. If you have any feedbacks or comments, please try to put on the comment section, and we'll share this material in our Telegram group, and the link for the Telegram group is given in the description box below. Thank you, students.